Hey, I hate reality television, but there's one show that I just can't get enough of, and I don't know why. Survivor. Last year, I did a draft with two friends of mine and my wife. Now, see, Kristin and I, we were actually late to this whole Survivor draft thing. My friends PD and Chase Bridges, who's also on YouTube, started this draft. They ordered a trophy for it, and it came in, and it was called the Chili Cook-Off for like a bank instead, and it had the name Jody Newell. This year's Jody Newell Survivor draft is on. Now, here's the thing. Chase Bridges is also on YouTube.
I love Survivor. This is the third annual Jody Newell Survivor Draft, and so far PD has sweeped. He has won every year, which makes me absolutely furious. I have seen every season of this show. I live, breathe, and die Jeff Probst. So I should be a lot better at predicting who is going to win a season of Survivor, but I'm not. I suck at it. But luckily, there's someone who sucks even more. Jonathan Wright. More like Jonathan Wrong, am I right, ladies? Because I have two goals for this season. One is to predict the winner of Survivor Season 46 and win the Jody Newell Cup for the first time ever. And my second goal is to humiliate Jonathan. Why? Is it because I'm insecure that I haven't won at something I probably should have, and I don't want someone who knows less about Survivor than me to win? No.
Now, I'm refusing to let him have that moment. Instead, I'm going to publicly shame Chase Bridges by making him the loser, or at least documenting it. If I'm not going to win, he's not going to win. I need this really bad. I've got a baby on the way, and you know what? I don't want my baby being born knowing that I'm a loser at understanding reality television. Go over to Chase Bridges' YouTube channel and comment Team Jonathan and leave it at that. Let that man just sit in it.
Okay, let's get into it. Spoiler warning for the season 46. The season 46, all of it. It's going to get spoiled in this video.
All right, some of you are familiar with Survivor, some of you are not, so I'm going to give you a crash course. This is where I try to explain Survivor in under 90 seconds. 3, 2, 1... Survivor is a TV game show where it's blended with some reality television. It's also hosted by Jeff Probst, who is also the producer. The goal is to win the game and be the sole survivor or the last person standing at the end. The game places a group of people in a bunch of different tribes and on a remote location where they build shelters and create camps and eat a lot of rice. Those teams then compete in what we call challenges in the first part of the season for rewards like food or tools, and then they compete in other challenges to avoid what we call tribal council. Tribal council is at the end of each episode where a tribe votes for who is going to leave that tribe. Now, the second half of the season, they merge the tribes that are left over, and the challenges are now giving away what we call individual immunity of being voted out in a next tribal council. Other ways, though, to avoid going home are called hidden immunity idols. People can find them hidden and buried all over the island and then play them to negate any votes that are cast for them. There's also Shot in the Dark, where you can give up your vote to take a chance at drawing a safe card and negating all those votes. The game requires you to be social, but not too social, or you'll be voted out as a threat. Good at challenges, but not too good, or you'll also be a threat. And you need to build alliances, but not be too trusting of them because you might get blindsided. That's it. The season premiere has taken place, and let me tell you, I'm already feeling good. Now, I want to go into a little bit of my methodology here because I put together an entire notebook, and it looks like someone has lost their mind, and maybe I have, but I'm going with a little bit of strategy and a little bit of heart. I bet Chase right now is probably doing some sort of ribbon background where he's tying everybody together.
In order to prepare for this year's draft, you may have noticed that behind me I have all of the Survivor castmates.
He's talking about how many alliances are happening.
He's not a part of the strong alliance in his tribe, and he's at the bottom. So if they ever lose...
It's all about heart, and so that's what I'm focusing on. heart. So you might be wondering, how do you blend strategy with heart? Well, let me tell you. First things first, I start with a check mark system. I put checks beside every name that starts to do something that I just kind of feel like is a good idea. I put an X if they do something that really bothers me.
It said that this task takes several hours. Last I checked, several means 7.
And so we take a look at all of those at the end and we rank them from that. But I'm not just talking about strategy moves. I'm talking about personality. Do I like their personality? Do I think they're cool? What do I think of them? For example, some of the notes I have here. For Jess, I have AWK for awkward and no sleep. Those were things I took away.
I actually think that the biggest risk to my game is like, it might be socially awkward. And my personality is like, I know I'm a little odd. I don't think I've slept at all. I'm like running on empty. I don't sleep at night.
She had 3 X's. Banu, he had a lot of check marks, but some X's as well.
I've applied for Survivor the day I become a citizen of the United States of America.
Banu. We've seen a ton of Banu. Some might say we've seen too much Banu. Banu is this super high-strung emotional player who just seems to break down every time that the cameras are on him.
You cannot give up like that. Have you seen Jeff talk to you? I don't want to be caught. I don't want to be caught doing this. Calm yourself down and think.
Yes.
It's consoling me, but I'm gonna suck up my emotions.
And he doesn't seem very good at lying. Survivor, dude, what are you doing? Start lying. Look, if during the Survivor draft tonight, Banu is the only player left and I have last pick, I think I would rather do the whole season with just 3 players.
So this episode, it's always hard because you're getting used to a new cast and you're not really sure how everyone's going to develop, right? You have the initial annoyances and you have the initial things that you might really like about them, but they might do something in episode 4 that just really bothers you. There were a lot of bad decisions made in this episode. There were a lot of good decisions made, but it's really too early to say. The top person, if I got first pick, that I would be getting is Q.
I've always had this gift to connect with people.
I think my goal is if I get first draft pick and these 2 players don't get taken before it gets to me, I'm going to try to get either Q or Hunter.
It's draft time.
I'm hands off.
Sounds like a quitter. Let's see here.
I don't want to be accused of cheating with the wheel.
Now, see, this is going to work kind of like a snake draft. Basically, we're going to spin a wheel, figure out who's going first. 4th person gets to go again, and then it goes back. First person goes last in that round, then they go first in the next. Now, what I needed to happen was I didn't necessarily want to be first, but I also didn't want to be last because then I could get stuck with people that I didn't want or I wouldn't get my pick of things. And thankfully, I got second pick.
Fend to see who's second.
All right.
So I just bought you some time, Kristin.
It's me. Okay, there we go. I can do it.
Oh no.
Okay, so the draft didn't go exactly as planned. In fact, guess who drafted last? Me. And it was a snake draft, which means that I had to draft twice in a row, and I wasn't prepared for that. So I panicked.
Now, I know that I said I wanted Q really bad, but Q in episode 2 started to make some decisions I thought were weird. Needless to say, I went a completely different route with my first pick.
I'm going with a gut. I'm changing it to Maria.
So I immediately drafted Q and Hunter, who were 2 huge threats. So why would I do that? Why wouldn't I break it up and get one big threat and one maybe lower key player? I don't know. Maybe I was panicking because Jonathan was being really mean to me.
I think that's a stupid pick.
I think that's solid, Jonathan. I think you're an idiot.
Kristin's first pick.
Soda, wow.
Interesting first pick.
PD's first pick.
Last year I had a strategy, which was draft all women. It's going to be strategic vibes this time around.
Oh.
Give me the girl with the idol. I'm taking Tiffany.
Now I have to decode this alien language to figure out where my key is. Yes! I had to work for this.
PD worries me. See, PD has won this 2 times, and I don't want him to do that again. This is where I started to notice that Chase was starting to feel a little uneasy about his team. Oh no.
I'm gonna be furious if PD wins a 3rd year in a row.
So you might be wondering who I ended up with as my 4 people for this draft. We have Maria, of course. Second, I went with Venus.
I felt like I had to throw like a strange one in the mix that I didn't necessarily feel good about, but that I think might turn it around.
I had Venus 4th from the bottom of my list.
Third, we got Tim. 4th, we've got Ben. I feel pretty good about this team, but you know who doesn't feel good about their team?
I feel dreadful about my team.
I thought I was watching Survivor, but this week I learned that I was actually watching The Banu Show.
I might as well title this entire episode Banu is the worst, because Banu might be the worst player I've ever seen in this show. That's not an exaggeration.
We watched Banu have a meltdown.
Never once did talk to me. I need to look for the idol.
I mean, this episode starts with him being so happy that Randon has been injured and is having to leave the game. And so Banu sees this as this great opportunity to bond with his team, and so he starts spilling his guts.
It's not the end of the game for us.
The best he could do is save himself with an idol that he might find, which he won't, because I have it.
Tiff, you need to help me, please.
No, please, Banu.
Tells Q and Tiff that, he thinks Kenzie's this threat. At that point, Tiffany goes and tells Kenzie about everything that Banu has said to the other people, and Banu's literally praying for himself to not be stupid, essentially.
What a plan, man. What a plan.
At this point on the Nami tribe, we see that Liz is allergic to pretty much every food out there, so I have a feeling she might end up going home by being sent home. Tevin gets to tell a little bit more of his story, and so it kind of endears him to the tribe, but there's also starting to grow this uneasy feeling around Soda.
The thing about trauma is it leaves you resilient.
Now we head all the way back to the poor Yanu tribe, and of course, Banu is being a problem. He's not helping with building the tent. He's not listening to directions. And so Q kind of pulls him aside, goes into like a weird coaching mode.
We don't have it here.
And so he starts trying to help Banu not suck at Survivor. And so Banu then goes to Kenzie and tries to get her to help, and she gets mad. Banu's a terrible player. And as for my dear Sega tribe, we see that Ben is encouraging Maria. That's great for me. Both are on my team. Maria gets to tell her great story. That makes the team love her even more. Honestly, Sega Tribe seems great, other than the fact that Jim has hidden that fake immunity situation. They also tend to think that it's Tim who hid that. That's bad, because once again, Tim is on my team. So really quickly, we end up at the immunity challenge. This is where we find out that Hunter might be a beast. He's just so good at challenges. That's a problem. And of course, Banu messes up and just ruins the rhythm for Yanu. They ultimately lose this immunity challenge, which means they are going back to tribal council. To shorten this up, Banu goes back to the camp. He's looking for an idol. He's literally begging and pleading. At one point, he starts literally blaming God for how bad his Survivor game is.
Dude, and my story so soon. You shouldn't have put me on Survivor in the first place.
They go to tribal.
They did not even vote. They just said, Banu, you know what's up, dog. Leave.
And Banu understood.
Dug my grave so deep, I couldn't come out of it.
You've done a great job.
You won my heart, Banu. All of our hearts.
Seriously.
I'm gonna miss Banu. I mean, I despise Banu, but everything that he did was top 10. You hear the sirens? The cops are coming because they know I'm about to steal this game. I'm going to steal the Jody Newell Cup because PD has lost Banu, which means for the first time ever, PD is not going to be going the rest of this game with a stacked deck. I'm coming for PD, I'm coming for Jonathan, I'm coming for Kristin, I'm coming for everybody. And Banu, all you can do, you can talk about how you won 1,000,000 hearts, but I'm about to win 1,000,000 Jody Newell Survivor Cups.
things are feeling good, but I need Chase to lose someone too.
It's a sad day. Banu, this one's for you.
You may not have won 1,000,000 hearts, but you won mine from the start. Yeah, Banu, I won't forget about you. You may not have slayed the mermaid dragon, but I promise you were never lacking. Yeah, Banu, I won't forget about you. 'Cause you taught me it's okay to try and not to be afraid to cry, and that's why it's so hard to say goodbye.
Goodbye, Banu.
Just got done watching week 5 or episode 5 of Survivor. In this episode, we see the Purple Tribe, who has yet to win anything. They've been very quickly losing numbers very fast. You know, I wish that they were Jonathan's numbers, but that's not the case. They just really needed a win, man, and they gotta win. And you know who else needs a win? Me. When I finally destroy Jonathan, PD, and Kristin, and I become the Jody Newell Survivor Cup winner. Me. Not you. Not Jonathan. Not any of you losers in the comments. Me. Green Tribe will be going to Tribal for the first time this season, which is scary considering I have people on the Green Tribe. I'm recording this after I just watched the episode. I was not okay. Jim goes home with an idol in her pocket, but that's okay. That is all right.
We're pretty much getting halfway through the season. So you know what? I'm going to go to more of a man on the street format.
I'm just filming what I can while I can. If anything exciting happens, I'll let you know. All you have to know is that I've still got my whole team so far. They were just told to drop their buffs. Maybe the merge. This could be bad for me because if the tribe swaps, then it means that some of Chase's people could end up with new alliances, or I could end up with bad situations. I don't know what they're going to do.
Do they get buffs at the merge?
Yeah, they do.
They get one color.
They divided the teams up by rocks.
That does not rock.
And one team got really stacked, and the other team did not.
Wow. Well, there you go. I want to cry right now.
All right. However, you never know what's going to happen.
Q gonna try to help Hunter. He's muddy and slippery. Tim and Tevin on the first section of the puzzle. Here comes Charlie. This is where it gets really tricky. Soda tries to hold on. It is it right here for the win. And they've got it.
It is time to vote.
Here's the deal. It's either Mariah or Venus. Oh, my word.
So last week, I lost Jim. And I was like, that's okay. My first loss. This week...
6th person voted out of Survivor 46. Mariah, that's 6, that's enough. The tribe has spoken.
I lost Mariah, which means it's only week 6. I've lost half my team. Oh gosh, Jonathan has so many players left. What if he beats me?
That's right, it's a clean sweep for me, and so far Chase is down 2 people because he's a loser. He doesn't understand the game like I do. I went with heart, he went with stupidity, I guess. So we're here, this is the year of the clean sweep. Venus is making me nervous because she's playing too hard. She will probably be the first person I lose. Q is making me nervous because I feel like he could be a winner for Chase. I should have maybe picked Q like my initial idea was. Anyway, we're just going to keep going forward. Clean sweep it.
Woo! It's double elimination. elimination week, boys.
I'm gonna run this pretty quick. Venus thinks that Soda wrote her name at the previous tribal council, and so they're kind of going at each other, and now people think that they're toxic. But the thing is that Charlie now admitted that he is actually the one that voted for Venus, so she's kind of mad at him. The other thing that's happening is that Q is kind of being bossy, but he's so good at this game that it's hard to figure out whether he is just a few steps ahead of what I'm thinking. Ben starts feeling rough and has like a panic attack in the middle of the night, and so Kenzie's really nice and like helps him calm down from it. So this kind of like grows their bond a little bit. I'm actually pretty okay with Ben being my player, being pretty close with Kenzie because she's a good player and she might go far with him. Then we get to challenges, but there's also 2 people going home tonight from 2 different groups that they're splitting up in for tribal council. My girl Maria wins one of those immunities, thank goodness, so she's safe. Kenzie also wins, you know, the immunity, which I guess I'm okay with, kind of. We also hear that Q lost this challenge on purpose because he doesn't want people to think he's too strong. This dude is either going to lose the game because he's throwing stuff, or he's the smartest player I've watched. I do regret that I didn't pick him for my team just a little bit because he might be the one that makes Chase win this whole thing. You've got talks of Soda going home, Venus going home, Charlie going home, but ultimately Soda goes home.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Soda is not taking this well.
Alright guys, we're drinking water today. You know why? Because Soda got to Goda, as my main man Tevin said, who's still in the game, unlike Soda.
Clean sweep, clean sweeps, clean sweep. Even though Venus is getting on my nerves. Unfortunately, on this second team, it's looking like it's either Ben or Tim.
Oh no. Jonathan losing his first player because he's a loser, and it's about time that he felt like what he really is, a loser.
Tim is gone. I had a lot of faith in you. We salute you, Tim.
And Kristin also lost a player. I'm not going to be as mean to her because she's pregnant.
The clean sweep is over, but Survivor is not.
So after this double elimination, I am feeling ecstatic. So like, I've been doing the numbers in my head after those 2 eliminations, and then kind of like what happens after Tribal and the teaser and everything. It's looking like all of the feuds and all of the next couple people are not going to involve anyone from my team. I think that my team, or at least the people that are left in it, Hunter and Q, I think they're safe. What if winning the Jody Newell Survivor Cup is not enough? What if beating Jonathan at this game is not enough? I could really make a lot of money. Like, I think that I've drafted the right players. I think I can predict who is going to win this season. I'm thinking I'm gonna place like a bet on one of those betting apps. I bet I can win some money.
Hello, this is Mark with Will Trust. How can I help you?
Hey, Mark. My name's Jonathan, actually. I'm trying to figure out one of your customers, Chase Bridges. He bet on a Survivor season, I think. Is that correct?
I really can't confirm that for.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you Chase? Are you Chase Bridges?
Well, I mean, is it a lot that he plays? Because I'm kind of hoping that he'll lose. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Well, okay. Actually, that kind of puts us on the same page a little bit. Here, I'll start recording this call. So yeah, he bet his house.
He bet it. Oh, that's awesome. That's actually kind of what I was hoping for, because he's been kind of getting on my nerves through this whole thing. So like, I don't know if you could pull any strings on the finance side of this, but I'd love to do, whatever possible to make him lose, if that's tracks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't say that much, but okay. Well, what I can do is, okay, I can call you from a different line. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, that works. I'll talk to you in a second, or I won't. Let's say we won't.
Yes. Thank you for calling the bank today.
Okay, so I just got done watching week 8, episode 8. A little update about my bet. I did bet a tremendous amount of money. Half of it that Q was gonna win it all. I bet the other half that Hunter is going to win the whole season. So as long as one of my 2 drafted players wins, I should get a pretty hefty return.
Survivor's getting out of hand. I don't know what I'm going to do. Everything is getting really tense, but this was probably one of the best episodes I've seen in a while. Just gonna hit a few notes about this thing. First of all, tensions are getting hot, hot, hot. People hate Venus. I don't even like Venus for my team, but she survived this episode once again. What started happening is people are getting frustrated with each other. There's a lot of tensions going on, but a lot of focus was on Tiff and Tevin this time. Q ends up making a detrimental mistake by revealing that Tiff has an idol, and that makes people's votes change and swap around.
And in a genuine way, so it's like this.
He feels bad about it, so then all of a sudden in the tribal council, he just says, I want to go home.
The only person that's going home tonight is me.
There's somebody saying, guess what? Merry Christmas. You know, Q and I did not get off to a great start, but everybody knows he's been playing hard.
Q puts everything into chaos at this tribal, and it could come back to bite him, but I'm actually thinking he's such a smart player that this is actually going to work in his advantage.
Now, at first I was thinking this is perfect because this means Chase will lose one of his best players. But instead, people just ended up getting confused and going with the original plan.
Why is he acting like this? We're all supposed to be on the same page. That's why I'm just sitting here.
This does not rock.
And they completely blindside Tevin, and Tevin goes home.
Ooh, alright. Tevin's gone. I had really high hopes for Tevin, so I'm a little upset. You know, I wish that Q had actually quit. That would have been great, because he told everybody to vote for him.
Hunter and Q are still in the game. I think at this point we all have 2 players left on our team.
Except for mine. I have 3. Thank you, Chase.
So, I mean, we could all potentially have someone in the final 4.
I'm waiting for my trophy.
So, here's hoping I make a ton of money. Here's hoping I win the Jody Newell Survivor Cup. And here's hoping I put Jonathan in his place and I finally show the whole world that he has no reason to be playing in my Survivor draft.
Poor Chase. He must be so sad because he lost Hunter this week.
Looks like somebody made a big mistake with their first round pick.
I almost feel bad for you. So PD and we got you something. Roll film.
Chase, what it do, man? It's your boy Q. Yes, I'm in an airport and I'm traveling, but I had to get on here just to tell you a little something. You had a Survivor draft, right? Survivor draft, where you had an opportunity to take me first, and you didn't. You took Hunter. Dude, the guy's at home now. Why not take me first round? Why wait till the second round to pick me? But I got to tell you something. I'm the last person left on your team. I'm the last line of defense for you, Chase. But you still got a shot, brother. Hey, let me just tell you, we're not out of this thing. We're going to fight, you know? And if I go home, I go home, but at least you're going to have a fighter left on your team. Everybody else in this league, let me just tell y'all something. PD, Jonathan, Kristin. First of all, y'all are awful people because you didn't draft me at all. I mean, Chase, you're not off the hook. You drafted me second round. But for all you other ones that drafted me never, big mistake. You know, I just wish for the next 3 times in a row, your Christmas is just canceled. You don't even have it. But Chase, listen, man, smile, be proud. You still have a fighter on your team that's ready to go. We're not going to give up. We're not out of it. And guess what? We can very well win this thing. So look, cheer up, smile, man. To all you other jabronis, counsel Christmas and peace.
Okay, dude, so whole episode, this was episode 10. I just got done watching episode 10. The whole episode, I'm like, Q's going home. Q's going home. Jonathan's gonna beat me. PD's gonna beat me. Kristin's gonna beat me. How embarrassing. I'm gonna have my whole team eliminated before we even get to like the final 5.
Episode 10 is also where we see Liz lose her mind. See, Q knows that Liz hasn't eaten really anything because she keeps complaining about being allergic to everything. And he chooses to take not her on a reward that includes Applebee's, and she's extremely passionate about Applebee's.
I see you eat every day. You overshadowed everything I was trying to do. And I said it's cool. I didn't say nothing.
Tiff gets eliminated out of nowhere, dude. They keep using Q as like a distraction, and then they blindside, dude.
Tiff, let's go back to Q for a moment. There's so much energy around whether he should be here or not.
I don't know if keeping Q is the better move for anybody.
For me, Jeff, I can only put out an ideal. If it doesn't stick with others, it doesn't make sense for their game, I can't make them vote with me.
Tiff, we're tied. 3 votes Q, 3 votes Tiff. The tribe has spoken.
Thank you.
Q is going to win this game. Q is going to win this game. Everything's gonna be okay. In preparation for if Q did get elimination, which I should have never doubted Q. He's the best player in Survivor history. I did sell my car because I was afraid I was gonna have to pay. I could probably get it back if Q wins this season. Hey, Jonathan, I'm coming for you. Everything's coming up, Chase.
Team PD has lost another member, but it's okay. We've got Charlie, and Charlie will defend Team PD's honor because the rest of my draft picks, let's be honest, they weren't worthy. They weren't worthy of being on the same team that had drafted D. Valladares and Jam Jam. But Charlie is, and Charlie's gonna fight for me.
I haven't slept. I haven't slept since the last episode, so I'm just shooting this here.
All right, goodbye, Venus. Another one gone.
He's not going home tonight.
If anybody has an advantage or an idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Venus, that's 3 votes Venus, 1 vote Kenzie, 1 vote Q. The tribe has spoken.
With an idol in her pocket.
Every single person this season.
That's right, every person.
I'm getting uneasy. I'm feeling like I'm losing my grip on the game.
I had become a pretty big fan of Venus, especially in this last episode, so I'm a little sad to see her go, but at the same time, another member of Team Jonathan's gone, so it's all good.
I'm thinking I've got to do something more to understand this game. Maybe I need to become the true soul survivor. You know, it's been a couple weeks at this point. I'm really trying my best to win this. I've got my head in the game. I'm looking for idols, you know, but there's only so much I can do with Chase just not doing his part. It's so hard for me to understand how someone can be so lazy around the camp and still be here. You know, PD and I, we have, I guess, kind of an alliance, you know, but it's so hard to tell. Kristin and I, we're bound. We're going to the finals together. I can feel it. But Chase has Q, and that really bothers me because, you know, Q and I would have done really well in an alliance at one point, but then we never clicked. So I guess I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing and hope that it works good enough. My strategy is solid. Everything I'm doing makes sense. Will it be enough to get me to the finale? I hope so. I hope it gets me there. Because if I don't, I'm gonna be pretty mad about it. What's Chase gonna do? What's he gonna do? Man, I've been out here just Wishing I had a better shirt. I wish I had a shirt to represent what we're doing here. You can get a shirt to represent it. You know, go buy a shirt. Help support the channel. Help support the Survivor League. Think of me when you're wearing a shirt that's not as messed up.
The last couple of weeks have felt like a blur, but here we are. It's a week before the finale, and I really, really need Chase to lose. Everything seems to be going my way to let me secure at least Chase's loss.
It's time to see who will reign supreme this week. After my preparation and after a weird pep talk from Q, I'm wondering if it's going to be me or Chase this week. At the start of this draft, my wife was very far away from having our baby. But now we're so close. So close to a Jody Newell win.
So it's hard to tell where the lightning's going to hit.
Boy, I have been trying to get you out for a long time. It's been an honor and a pleasure working with you.
This is a disaster because now Charlie knows that Maria voted for him. Now everybody's going to turn on Maria. There's going to be tension there.
13th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury. Q, need to bring me your torch?
Chase, what it do? If I go home, I go home, but at least you're gonna have a fighter. Smile, be proud.
I've done it. I've done it. I destroyed Chase in Survivor, but the fight is not over. Chase may have lost everything, including Survivor, but it's not enough for me yet. I'm coming for the Jody Newell Survivor Cup. You watch me. I'm coming for it.
It's finale night, and I'm ready to bring home the gold. I've got Maria, I've got Ben. That's 2 people that have the opportunity to go to the finale. But here's how it works. Usually, they send 1 person home, and then usually you have 2 people go and try to make fire against each other. That means that whoever makes fire ends up in the final 3. So I've got pretty decent odds of having someone in the finale. But you know who doesn't have anyone in the finale? Chase Bridges. And you know what? He's rooting for PD. I just know he is. He wants me to lose. But I've already won everything, Chase. What is Angola? Nice. Kristin, get in here. It is the finale. Kenzie is gonna lose. Maria is at the bottom of the tribe because she was on the wrong side of the Q vote. Now her power is gone and she's realizing it. I don't know what's gonna happen to Maria.
Why are you guys doing this to me?
Maria is ahead in the challenge. I need her to win immunity. I need Maria to win it, but Charlie's neck and neck. Kenzie is making a lot of progress. Kenzie might do it. Are you kidding me? Why is Liz helping?
How are you holding my plate?
Is she gonna help Kenzie win?
That is hilarious.
I'm being thrown under the bus. Why? Why is she doing that? No! Why would Liz do that? I'm literally so angry right now because Liz ruined Maria's game. I need her to find an idol so bad. Now they're talking about Ben going out because he has friends on the jury. The reason that's important is at the end of Survivor, the jury of people voted out decide and vote who wins. It's the vote. If Maria leaves, my confidence leaves with her.
Ben. Let's go! Maria. 2 votes, Maria. 1 vote, Ben. Voted out, the 7th member of our jury.
Oh! I still got Ben. There's no way Ben wins this.
Maria's out of here. Rest in peace, Jonathan. Your only shot is Ben, and all he does is reference Nicolas Cage and Metallica and Van Halen.
Ben could win. A lot of people love that guy. They love Ben. I need him to win because PD can't win. And if Kristin wins, it means the trophy's in my house. We're at the next immunity challenge, and I really need Ben to win because I think otherwise I don't know if he'll make it.
All you have to do is solve a simple Survivor logo puzzle. You're gonna have a timer in the form of a giant Survivor pinball table. Start by rolling your ball up an inclined ramp. While the ball is making its way back down the ramp, you can work on your puzzle. If you fail to get your ball before it hits the metal track, then you have to wait.
Ben and Charlie are in the lead. Kenzie threw hers so bad just now.
Ben being very conservative now, heading back.
Ben's killing it. I can't believe it. He's gonna go to tribal.
It's over!
I've literally never been so surprised in Survivor that I'm in the finale.
You're in the final three. Busy afternoon, I'm imagining back at camp.
Ben has to decide who's making fire against each other to see who goes to the finale. So now it's Charlie on PD's team, Ben on my team, and Kenzie on Kristin's team, where they have to argue to the jury which one of them should win, and the jury makes the final vote.
Can you articulate one move that you made on your own?
That's a hard one, and I had to rely on my social game.
Be the hunter vote. At the hunter vote, there was actually an initial plan from Kenzie to blindside you, Tiff.
I wanted Tim to go. I knew I couldn't beat him, and a lot of us had that thought. But at the same time, Tiff and Q, who are my #1 allies, did not like Ben at all.
I'm not feeling great. They're voting. Oh my word. Are they gonna tie? I don't know.
Not that it matters for me.
Gonna be Kenzie.
I think it's Kenzie.
Come on, Charlie. Come on, tie.
Holy cow.
Congratulations, Kristin. You did it. You took down the dynasty. I'm gonna go cry now.
Kristin didn't even film for this video. PD has been dethroned, but not by me or Chase.
I'm the winner of season 46, right? Survivor. Is it 46? And I knew I was going to be the winner. I knew I was going to be the one to take down PD. Yeah, I feel pretty good right now.
I may have lost, but Chase lost more than me. I hope he's going to be okay.
Goodbye, house.
Well, what a journey. What did I learn? I don't think I learned anything except that I continue to love Survivor. And, you know, honestly, it's just great spending time talking with my friends and spending time with my wife. The competition is so fun as a group of people. I suggest that you find something like this to do with people that you enjoy talking to. It's going to be worth it. This video was a stretch for me. I mean, it took 14 weeks to film this video, so go ahead and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And in fact, Abby, if you're watching this, go ahead and subscribe. Just any Abbies, that's fine. Just go ahead and do it. That would be great. I'm also dropping a new song on May 31st, so go check that out. That would be really incredible. It's called The Sea. I think you'll like it. Thanks again to my lovely Council of Hanks for supporting this channel even more by being patrons. And you might be wondering, why are they called the Council of Hanks? Well, you can't know that unless you're in the Patreon. So go ahead and go over there and support me if you want more content like this. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.
Chase, what it do, man? It's your boy Q. Yes, I'm in an airport and I'm traveling, but I had to get on here just to tell you a little something. Now out of this thing, we're gonna fight, you know, and if I smile, be proud, you still have a fighter on your team that's ready to go. Council Christmas, peace.
Guys, I think that's the greatest gift I've ever received.
Council Christmas, peace.